You're right there guys, this is Cobb and welcome to the all new Sundays with Cobb. We've had a big revamp and it's been a long time coming. I've really wanted to work on quality upgrades for some of the videos for a long time. I've finally been able to do that, so let's get on with the video. I'm going to talk about a couple of updates, then we're going to go over a few questions from you guys and hopefully I'm going to be able to give some in-depth answers to those, and then as always we're going to give some shout outs to the people who've helped sponsor the channel over the past couple of weeks. So update wise, quality upgrades, hopefully you guys are going to be noticing a few more things in the videos over the next few weeks, and obviously the Sundays videos have been revamped right here and I'm really excited to upload this video just for that reason. And of course I was able to put a ton of time into making a channel outro as well, and that took a lot of hard work, but it was so much fun for me as an editor, and you guys seem to like it too. So most of the video improvements are things that you guys are probably going to be noticing yourself, and some of them might be a little bit less obvious. I'm really trying to work on improving my rendering quality, and I think I'm going to be upgrading my Sony Vegas from version 10 to 12. And I do want to take a really quick moment to thank everyone who's supporting me on Patreon. I announced the Patreon page just a couple of weeks ago, and you can find the page link below in the description, and I guess I'll put my face on the screen right here for you to click if you'd prefer that. We've already hit our first milestone goal on that, so all of these video improvements that I'm working on to really take the channel up a level are thanks to the awesome people who are supporting me on Patreon. I do hope it will continue to grow as more of you guys become aware of it as a place you can help support the channel directly, and you get to see exactly how your support is helping the channel. But that is enough of that. Again, the link is down below in the description if you want to check that out. More video improvements are on the way. So let's hop right into the questions from you guys. Augustine's BS asks, with regards to the Warlords of Draenor beta, are you having fun with all this overall class nerfs and simplifications? Advanced players like you could give us a sincere opinion from that perspective. Now, a lot of people have been asking me about how I feel all about Warlords of Draenor so far, so I'm going to go in-depth mode into this one, and hopefully I'll be able to answer a bunch of questions all in one. First of all, the ability pruning, as Blizzard called it, was justified 100% in my opinion. There were certain abilities that needed cutting back. Symbiosis alone is just a very imbalanced spell if you combo it with the right classes. For example, right now in 2v2s actually, Warlock Moonkin is insanely strong, too strong, and it is largely due to Symbiosis giving the Warlock a rejuvenation to play with. Other classes had too much instant CC. Hunters were a big one for this, and in Warlords they've lost quite a bit of that control, and Warlocks lost a bit too, no longer having a baseline Howl of Terror or a Blanket Silence. But there is such a thing as quality of life, and if you want to go a little bit further, you can even call it viability, and that term kind of rolls with PvP a lot more than PvE, but still, Warlock's destruction spec, and maybe even Demo spec in particular, have been shat on with the removal of Fell Flame. I was being as optimistic as I could before I got my hands on the beta, but now that I've played the damn thing, having no Fell Flame is pretty much as bad as it sounds. If a melee is sitting on us and he doesn't want us to cast, we deal pretty much no damage. But now before we all panic, the numbers are very messed up on the beta right now. The health pools either need to come way down or the damage needs to go up by a ton, and until that happens it is hard to gauge exactly how viable Warlocks are going to be in Warlords. But I do feel like even if the numbers are scaled correctly, things aren't going to be great. I've said since the moment I heard about Blizzard cutting back instant casts that if they're going to remove instant spells like Fell Flame, they need to reduce the amount of gap closes, stuns and interrupts available to melee classes, and this so far has not happened, and the result is classes and specs like Destruction who need to stand and cast on Warlords being unable to get anything off. So I won't lie, it just doesn't feel very good right now. One potential fix though is to bring Fell Flame back and put it on a 5 or 6 second cooldown, and that way we cannot spam it, but at least we have it as a filler or quality of life tool. And after all, a lot of classes still have their instants like Shadowed Pain and Ice Lance, and come to think of it, an instant cast Immolate would be hugely appreciated too. But in a way though, giving us Fell Flame back kind of defeats the whole point. Ideally, more should be taken away from melees, and that could actually be the end of it. So not all hope is lost just yet. There is time for things to change. The beta is still young, and I hope that cleared up my thoughts on Warlords so far. Sluggish and frustrating right now, but potentially awesome with just a few key changes. Liam Boucher asks, are looks important for you when choosing a race, or is it all about racials? And racials are pretty damn important to me. I think that undeads and humans have awesome PvP racials, and if I ever play a character that is not undead, I find myself missing my Will of the Forsaken for breaking fees. But with all of that said, racials are only just secondary for me. The most important thing to me is the feel of the character that I'm playing. I really like the Tauren race, I really like trolls as well, but the casting animations and the fact that I feel like I'm moving in slow motion really active put me off. I've never been a big fan of the Alliance races. Playing a character that allegedly belongs to a noble and righteous race is way less interesting to me than playing a race like Undead, who push the boundaries of right and wrong. Undead also have my favourite cast animations. Sylvanas is a boss, and the racial is just the cherry on the top. And Pascal Spara asks, would Kil'jaeden's Cunning be a better talent than Achemon's Darkness, because Warlocks do not have Fellflame any longer, again referring to Warlords of Draenor. This is definitely debatable. I really like Achemon's Darkness. I think it is absolutely the best talent right now, at least in Mr. Pandaria, and I'm tempted to say that it is still the best talent for Warlords too. In Warlords of Draenor, Kil'jaeden's Cunning is no longer a passive. You activate it to allow you to move while casting for 8 seconds, and it has a 1 minute cooldown. This to me is extremely situational. Melees and Warlords still have a ton of ways to stick on you to interrupt your casts, and I can't help but wonder that if being able to run while casting for only 8 seconds every minute is going to help you out that much. You might be able to land an extra cast here and there, and maybe even get a fear on the healer with it, but a Destro Luck will generally land most of their significant damage while the enemy target is stunned or otherwise locked down. Stunning someone with a Shadow Fury and lobbing Chaos Bolts into them is usually the way to go, in which case Achemon's Darkness is your best bet. Even if you are spec Kil'jaeden's Cunning, if a melee wants to stop your cast and is playing carefully, they will be able to do so whether you are running while casting or not. A rogue can Shadow Step, Kick, Vanish, Cloak, or Burst of Speed behind a pillar. A warrior can charge, Heroic Leap into a pummel, or Spell Reflect, and all of that horribly annoying stuff. So I'll say I think I'm sticking with Achemon's Darkness. If Kil'jaeden's Cunning was still a passive like it is right now on live, and you could always run while casting but only with Incinerates, I would definitely be considering it. Maybe it'll change as the beta goes on, but that remains to be seen. So awesome questions this week, guys, and now to thank those of you who have been sponsoring the channel over the past couple of weeks, starting with Akraf Uchia, who donates €1 saying, "What's up, man? I visit your videos almost 3 times per day and I really love what you are doing. Keep it up, man." Ahmed Al-Khamzi donates €2 and he says, "Hi man, sorry for not leaving a message before, you were amazing. Keep up the great work and it is an honour supporting you." Awesome stuff all around, really appreciate it. And finally, to everyone supporting the Patreon page, listening all of your names right here, from Morona and Roy to Drake and Drake Dog. Cannot thank you guys enough. The support means a ton to me, and hopefully you guys are liking the impact that it is having on the video. So that is going to be all for this episode, guys. I really appreciate you all dropping by. And remember to leave any questions that you would like answered in the comments below for a chance at having them answered in the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay Destro, have an awesome day, and I'll catch you all a little bit later.